I. Hello, Ellie. I just had to take a breather right over there for a sec. Uh, so, good morning, evening, afternoon. Uh, you probably already know why I'm making this video, but just in case you've forgotten that tragic, most devastating answer I gave to a question you gave. On April 6th, 2023, at approximately, I, I don't fucking know. Um, you asked the question of, is is my nose weird? And it was a very, very serious question that in turn needed a serious answer, which is why I said yes. But, but, looking back, it wasn't the greatest answer. I could see, looking back at it now, it was completely unjustified for what I just did. It was something I should have never done, and something I really morally, philosophically uh, can't take back because of the absolute just disrespect of the word yes. That word, that one word, yes. In context, this can mean many things. It can be used in positive connotations, like, "Oh, you look nice today." Uh, that's actually not an example. I don't know why I gave that. But anyway, back to my apology. I'd like to apologize for my irredeemable actions, which, may I add, was not a great thing to do. It was something that not even the most evilest of Disney villains could ever imagine. I don't know, except maybe some 50s Disney villains. But I think what I did was wrong. In hindsight, I should have been more. I should have thought more about your feelings, and shouldn't have said something so inappropriate for the situation. It was clear you were looking for a serious answer, and that is not what I gave you. And I feel like that's entirely my fault. Probably because it is entirely my fault. And maybe I am repeating myself a bit here, but it's only to emphasize my how internally conflicted I am about how just monstrous of a thing I did that Thursday morning. Like, I've been having nightmares about that. That's just been making me. I've just had just so many bad flashbacks about that. You have no idea. So I'm here today to rid myself of guilt by apologizing. Ellie, I, as Fawad, do would like to apologize for what I said on that fateful day. Maybe nothing I may say now may change the fact of that devastating tragedy, but it's the least I could do. An apology, saying sorry for something that I am at fault for, and something you at the very young age of still 16 And at my current very old age of 16, I'd say what I did was very unwise and unjustified. So I'd like to again apologize for my actions. Now, now there are many people who would never make this kind of thing to relieve themselves of this unwielding guilt, like Gabe. But me, I'm a different person. I actually have a soul and a heart, and I'd like to show what my heart is saying. It says it says in the most corniest, most uh, secondhand embarrassment giving way possible that it's sorry. Truly, absolutely sorry. There's no way that anyone could be more sorry than I am today. Which is why uh, I'd like to give you a few jokes about your nose to lighten the mood. So, but before I say that, just like to say, Ellie, you're cool, and your nose is even cooler. So, back with some jokes. I hate these. Just to get you a little more comfortable with your nose. My girlfriend said picking my nose is disgusting. A man told his friend, "So what?" His friend replied, "Now I have to do it myself." It's hilarious. My dog has no nose. How does it smell? Awful. Why can't a nose be 12 inches long? 'Cause then it'd be a foot. That's a horrible joke. One evening, a man was at home watching TV and eating peanuts. He tossed them in the air and then catch them in his mouth. In the middle of catching one, his wife asked him a question, and as he turned to answer her, a peanut fell in his ear. He tried and tried to dig it out, but succeeded in only pushing it in deeper. He called his wife, and after trying, they became worried, decided to go to the hospital. As they were ready to go out the door, their daughter came home with her date after being informed of the problem. Their daughter's date said he could get the peanut out. The young man told the father to sit down, then proceeded to shove two fingers up the father's nose and told him to blow hard. That Huh? Anyway, did you ever hear about the guy who could see the future when he picked his nose? His name was Nostradamus. These are very hilarious. Everyone knows Rudolph the Red-Nosed leads Santa's sled. But few know that Bruno, the brown nose, is the second in line. He can run as fast as Rudolph, but he isn't as quick to stop. What do you call a man with a condom over his nose? Fuck nose. What do zombies blow their noses with? Human tissues. What's the difference between an ass kisser and a brown nose? Depth perception. More jokes. There's this guy with a crush on a cashier at the grocery store. So he asks her out to. So he asks her to go on a date, and she says she's got a lot of piercings. And while on the date, the guy asks her what made her decide to go. Anyways, what's the difference between a rabbit lifting weights and a rabbit with a flower up its nose? One's a bit funny, and the other is a fit bunny. I've been accused of lying about how much snot comes out of my nose when I sneeze. They always say I'm blowing it out of proportion. Noses are meant to smell, and feet are meant to run. There's no joke. There's no joke to that one. This is a great apology. A dwarf was kicked out of a nudist colony. Apparently, he kept sticking his nose in everyone's business. I was on the verge of winning the world's most congested nose competition. And then I blew it. If this isn't a good apology, Ellie, I don't know what is. What do you get when you pick a pig's nose? Ham boogers. I have 4 noses, 10 eyes, 20 legs, and 6 fingers. What am I? Ugly. What do a nearsighted... I'm not reading that. A Soviet couple was walking on the Red Square in Moscow one day when the man felt a drop hit his nose. I think it's raining, he said to his wife. No, that felt more like snow to me, she replied. No, I'm sure it was just rain, he said. Well, as these things go, they were about to have a major argument about whether it was raining or snowing. Let's not fight about it, the man said. Look over there is the political commissar, Rudolph. He is always right. Let's ask him instead. So they walked towards the man and asked, Tell us, Comrade Rudolph, is it officially raining or snowing? It's raining, of course, he said officiously. But the woman insisted. I know that it felt like snow. The man quietly replied, Rudolph Red-Nosed Reindeer. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh. What do you call a person with no body and no nose? Nobody knows. You can pick your nose and you can pick your husband, but you can't blow your husband in public. Oh, what? What was the snowman doing in the vegetable patch? Picking his nose. That's not what snowmen do. A British man says, I've got a bloody nose. His friends reply, yeah, we all do. Why can't nose be 30.48 centimeters? Because then it would be 0.3048 meter. I don't get that. Where does a nose go to work? Down at the old factory. This is a great apology. This is a great apology. Pinocchio's nose has started working in reverse. Huge if true. Why does why does Jack Skellington's pet dog have a bright shiny nose? Because he's a booze hound. What happens when Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer gets on the mic? He slays. If you see someone wearing a mask pulled down below their nose, don't worry. Those people are all mouth breathers anyway. Elliot, I'm sorry for giving you another tragedy to worry about. That, but I'd admit that was quite the special moment. So, in conclusion, what have I learned? I've learned that I should be more considerate of others and that people would like to be treated the same way I would. If someone called my nose extremely hideous, that too, would hurt my feelings. And if someone said my nose was should be erased from the universe and not be like there, I would be devastated. So Ellie, I hope you can come to forgive me. Uh, Hopefully there's like a picture of Taylor Swift here because you're a Swifty. That's that's cool. Hopefully, hopefully I know how to edit that in. And so I hope there's no bad blood between us, and that we can move on and continue as friends and not insulting others' appearances. I thank you. I thank you for your time, Ellie.